Welcome to the President's Diary, where we take a look at His Excellency Dr. President Irfaan Ali's week of activities. His Excellency started his week by hosting scores of children from several children's homes during a special celebration at State House on Saturday afternoon. On Monday, December 5th, His Excellency left for Barbados to attend the 8th CARICOM-Cuba Summit at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center. On December 8th, in 1972, 4 independent CARICOM states, Barbados, Guyana, Jamaica, and Trinidad and Tobago, took a courageous and historic decision to establish formal diplomatic ties with Cuba. That act marked a defining moment in the course of the hemispheric relations. It signaled the beginning of the end of Cuba's isolation in the hemisphere. Today, Cuba enjoys normal relations with almost all countries of the hemisphere, and its active contributions have been integral to socioeconomic progress in many of the countries of the region, including Guyana. President Ali underscored Guyana's belief and unwavering support for regional integration during a Regional Security Service RSS breakfast meeting at Laro Court, Bridgetown, Barbados. The head of state made the remarks after handing over the document of ascension to the chair of the Ministerial Council of the RSS, Prime Minister of Grenada, the Honorable Dickon Mitchell. President Ali was also praised by the Prime Minister of the Republic of Barbados, the Honorable Mia Moore-Motley, and the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Honorable Ralph Gonsalves, for joining the regional organization and for his unwavering support towards regional integration. His Excellency President Dr. President Irfaan Ali on Wednesday paid tribute to the victims of the 1976 Cubana flight terrorist attack. During his remarks at the Cubana Monument in Barbados, President Ali said that the attack represented an open assault on the independence of the English-speaking countries.
The passage of time has not quelled our demands for justice for the innocent victims of the Cubana air disaster, nor will it absolve the intellectual authors of this crime.
Moreover, he stressed that the countries will not be driven apart by the disastrous events, but will bind together in solidarity to advance human integrity.
The horrific events of October 6, 1976 will never deter us from manifesting our friendship with the people of the Republic of Cuba.
The 1976 terrorist attack on Cubana Flight 455 from Barbados to Jamaica claimed the lives of 73 people, including 11 Guyanese. At the official launch of the inaugural One Guyana President's Cup football tournament at State House, President Ali said his government will work with the Guyana Football Federation as well as other stakeholders for Guyana to obtain a space in the World Cup. In fact, the president reiterated his government's commitment to removing all barriers that may prevent players from getting into the big game. The head of state made the disclosure Wednesday evening during the official launch of the highly anticipated event at State House. Dr. Ali explained that following his outreaches across the country, he found that Guyana has tremendous talent that is not being used in national sport and school development.
I found that the format of club football is a good format. But for us to achieve a vision of getting to the next World Cup, we had to get to a tournament that allow us to see every single player perform. Whether you're from Region 9, Region 1, Region 8, we need to see the best collection of talent we have in the country.
The president announced that at the end of the tournament, he is committed to jointly working with the Guyana Football Federation to select a pool of 75 players to establish a national team, which will subsequently be converted into the National Football Academy.
Aimed at making football your food and fuel for the next couple of years in preparation for us going to the World Cup and in preparation for us being able to go to the World Cup. You will have to train, you will have to subject yourself to the training. We are going to work on putting you in the part-time employment program so that you will have an income. You'll have to do some amount of community work, coaching. You'll have to do coaching, positive contribution to community development.
On a Thursday evening, the president attended the 30th anniversary and award ceremony of Geico Construction and Services, Inc. at the Marriott. The president not only congratulated the company, but encouraged the private sector to collaborate with each other in propelling Guyana forward.
As you celebrate today, I want to take this opportunity to recognize
the outstanding men and women of Geico who would have worked hard in building the company, and to say to your staff that they ought to be proud, and to say how pleased I am at the transformation of your company and the private sector. Listen, our private sector has shown that they have the capacity, the capability, the strength, the dynamism to move things forward. Sometimes they need some high quality gas to power them. But they have shown consistently that they can move forward. You know, one advice I will give the private sector before I leave, and I keep saying this, what I see in this room is something that is very good. But it must not only be at social events or sharing a cocktail or sharing a drink. I need to see you guys sitting around a table and building consortiums and going after big opportunities. Just as you converted from a sole trader to a massive corporation now, we need to see people sitting around the table and building relationships. Extending yourselves to foreign investors who have the capacity and technology. That is how you have direct transfer, building the partnership. But understand that isolation is not the solution. We can't isolate as a country, we can't isolate as an economy, and you can't isolate as a business. That is a business model that will fail. Competition is best challenged with cooperation.
The President on Friday officially launched the first auction for the development of 14 oil blocks as part of efforts to develop Guyana's oil and gas resources. The competitive bidding round is expected to close by April 14, 2023, and new contracts will be awarded by the end of May 2023.
This, of course, will follow negotiations and evaluation of the bids that we received during this bidding round. That will see 14 blocks placed in this bidding round.
The oil blocks on auction are for shallow and deep water areas. There will be a minimum signature bonus requirement of US $10 million for shallow water and US $20 million for deep water blocks. The head of state said the process will ensure that Guyana gets the best possible outcomes based on lessons learned.
We've also stated that we respect the contract on the Stabroek block, but that any new block will be subject to new terms and conditions, and in so doing, this bidding round is done taking into consideration the lessons learned, the experiences, and the new terms and conditions.
His Excellency President Irfaan Ali on Friday morning visited Lethem Region 9 for a Guyana Defense Forces Christmas luncheon, of which much of his time was spent with hundreds of children and the elderly. This was the President's Diary, where we looked at His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfaan Ali's week of activities. Thank you for watching, and do join us again next week.